Nearly 9 o'clock on a Friday morning here in Shirley, New York at Golden Lions Field on this Friday in May, Friday the 13th. And for one of these teams that are playing in the East Coast Conference Tournament losers bracket, the unlucky nature of this day will ring true as one of these teams will be sent home from the East Coast Conference Baseball Championships. Hello, friends. Rick Rossetto here with you on ECCSports.org, East Coast Conference Television, providing you full coverage of today's three-game set here in the ECC Baseball Championships on the campus of Dowling College. The losers bracket game first between the top seed St. Thomas Aquinas College Spartans and the third seeded Molloy College Lions. Molloy falling yesterday to Dowling by a final score of 8-6 in our opening game. St. Thomas Aquinas dropping a 6-3 10-inning affair against fourth-seeded Bridgeport, as Purple Knights reliever Dennis Lyman threw 8 1/3 innings of 3-hit relief with 12 strikeouts, maybe the best performance he's had in his collegiate career, to knock off St. Thomas Aquinas College. So here we are in the elimination game between two schools that were ranked inside the top 5 of the East region for a majority of the season. St. Thomas Aquinas, a 35-14 record, the three-time defending East Coast Conference champions under the direction of Scott Muscat. Meanwhile, Molloy College comes in 30-20 on the year under head coach Joe Fucarino in his 11th season. It's been one of his more successful ones to date, as they had their first 30-win season in 4 years, did Molloy. The Lions looking for 31, which is the program record for wins, and that today would send shockwaves through an already amazed and surprising East region of baseball postseason play. We've seen other top schools, Franklin Pierce and Felician, lose some games in their respective conference tournaments. And so a top seed may lose today, and a top seed may get eliminated, and what that will mean for the NCAA tournament remains to be seen. But here in Shirley, it's all about these two squads. We'll give you the starters for both teams. The lineup for St. Thomas Aquinas: Joey Pena, the shortstop, leads things off, followed by Greg Dauber, the third baseman. Batting third is the designated hitter, Devin Del Priore, followed by Giovanni Ding Kong, last year's Conference Rookie of the Year, and this year a second-team All-ECC representative. Batting fifth is the left fielder, Nick Gargan, with Brandon Fisher playing second and hitting sixth. Joe Boland at first bats seventh, with Michael Morgan in center field batting eighth, and Jonathan McGugan, the catcher, hits ninth. And so today they will face sophomore Anthony Catanella from Middle Village on the hill for Molloy College. Catanella making his 12th start, a 6-3 record with a 4.03 on-run average. 2 complete games, 67 innings pitched. He struck out 65 and allowed 65 hits, an 8.73 strikeout per game average, but he has allowed 5 home runs. Yesterday it was Ron Bauer who got the start for Molloy, and after a 7-1 regular season, Bauer was welcomed rudely to the postseason, allowed 8 runs on 5 hits in 2 innings. Came into the game with a 1.05 regular season ERA, postseason ERA now 36 for Bauer. Defensively for Molloy, it's a bit of a change for Joe Fucarino's club. He wants to get the big bats out there, so Dalen Guzman, normally the designated hitter, will be in left field with Anthony Albergina in center and Nicholas Gonchar in right. The infield around the diamond is exactly the same as it was yesterday, with Kevin Podell at third, Brian Murphy at short, Ryan Hensley at second, and Angelo Nevada, the East Coast Conference Player of the Year, as announced yesterday, at first, with Jack McCarty, the sophomore from Huntington, doing the catching. And Catanella has had a roller coaster type of year. Started off with a few shaky outings in the beginning of the season down in Florida, but really picked it up as of late. And once he got into the teeth of conference season, threw some fine performances out there for his club. As he had an 8-inning affair against Stonehill College on March 19th, struck out 12, allowed no runs on 4 hits. The following week came back with another 8-inning performance in a 5-1 win against LIU Post, allowed 1 run on 5 hits with 8 Ks. Picked up wins in conference against Mercy and Dowling as he went the distance in both of those games. And his last start against these same Spartans back on May the 7th, he went 7 innings, didn't pick up a decision, but allowed 1 run on 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So again, we thank you for joining us here on this Friday morning. Looking to get all 3 games in. Obviously, weather will be a factor later on in the day, but we'll keep you updated on that as we go along. As this is the loser's bracket game. The winner's bracket game between Bridgeport and Dowling will take place at around noon. And then there's a third game scheduled at 3 o'clock today. We'll see how and if the weather can hold up. So St. Thomas Aquinas, Joey Pena, the lefty. Shortstop will lead things off here. St. Thomas Aquinas, the 3-time defending East Coast Conference Tournament champions. A team that has won every game in the tournament and has also come back from the death to win the East Coast Conference Tournament before. Catanella throws at 9 o'clock on the dot. First pitch is outside for ball 1. We are underway. Pena 1 for 3 yesterday with a double and a run scored. Also walked twice. 1-0 pitch, he tries to bunt, and it's fouled back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Podell at third, not really guarding the bunt. He's not playing in. Expecting Pena maybe to be more of a free swinger here. As Catanella toes the first base side of the rubber, deals the 1-1 fastball over the plate, strike 2. It's a big game for the young sophomore Catanella. And the 1-2 to Pena, ground ball hit towards third on 2 hops. Podell fields across the diamond to first. And in time, 1 gone. And that's going to be the bread and butter for Anthony Catanella. If he can keep the ball low in the zone and get a lot of ground ball outs, that will be his modicum of success. As Greg Dauber will bat now for the Spartans. Dauber 0 for 4 yesterday. And he fouls the first pitch straight back. 0-1. He's now hitting .301 on the year as Dauber with 2 home runs, 21 runs batted in. As Catanella deals the 0-1 curveball, misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Dauber, a junior, takes the 1-1 and fouls it straight back. So Catanella once again ahead in the count 1-2. Dauber part of 2 of the last 3 seasons for St. Thomas Aquinas College with championships. As the 1-2, he swings and misses. So Catanella gets his first strikeout on the afternoon. 2 gone. And the Spartans, again, had a lot of trouble yesterday with Dennis Lyman out of the bullpen for Bridgeport, who went 8 1/3, struck out 12. Lyman, a 6'3" righty out of Kingston, New York, and Catanella at 6'4" deals the first pitch in for a strike to Devin Del Priori, 0-1. Righty-righty matchup here as Catanella works quickly. The 0-1 misses a bit high and inside. Bounced off the glove of catcher Jack McCarty and then off the mask of home plate umpire Phil Capizzola. It is Capizzola behind the plate with Dennis Horn at first and Pat Hughes at third base. This is an expansive ballpark here out in Shirley. We'll go over the dimensions in the bottom half of this first inning. As the 1-1 pitch from Catanella, swing and a miss on a high fastball. And Del Priori finds himself behind in the count 1-2. From the windup, here's the 1-2 home. And that misses high and tight. 2 balls, 2 strike count now. Giovanni Ding Kong, one of 3 players for the Spartans with 5 home runs this season, is on deck. St. Thomas Aquinas has hit the long ball 28 times this year, driven in 248 RBIs, scored 297 runs for a team only hitting 281. Here's the 2-2 from Catanella. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the high heater. So Catanella goes 1-2-3. Retires the side on 13 pitches. We're through half of an inning. St. Thomas Aquinas nothing. Molloy coming up to bat right here in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world. All of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
San Vincenzo, the lefty from St. Clairsville, Ohio, will be on the hill for St. Thomas Aquinas College, and here's the lineup he'll face. For Molloy, Dalen Guzman will lead off, followed by third baseman Kevin Podell, then first baseman Angelo Navetta. Elijah Leardom gets a start at DH today, batting fourth. Anthony Albergina, the center fielder, bats fifth, followed by Nicholas Gonchar. Shortstop Brian Murphy hitting seventh. Jack McCarty, the catcher, hitting eighth. And the second baseman Ryan Hensley bats ninth. Vincenzo, making his 10th start of the year. He is 3-1 with a 2.52 ERA. Not the most overpowering pitcher, 28 strikeouts in 53 2/3 innings, but what he does do well is command the zone. Only 6 walks allowed for an excellent strikeout-to-walk ratio for St. Thomas Aquinas College. So it will be Dalen Guzman leading things off. Getting the start in left field today over Anthony Galanudis. And the first pitch he sees from Vincenzo misses high and away for ball 1. Guzman went 0 for 4 yesterday against Dowling in the leadoff spot. 1-0 pitch misses high and away, 2-0 now. So Guzman showing a little more patience at the plate, as the throwback from catcher Jonathan McGugan went a little off, so corralling it was Vincenzo, now the lefty from the third base side of the rubber, deals the 2-0 home, misses high and away again. So a different dichotomy so far, as Vincenzo's missed on 3 straight pitches, while Catanella, back in the top of the first inning, fanned 2. The 3-0 home. That's a fastball right down center avenue for strike 1. And Vincenzo's 3-1 is outside, ball 4. So Guzman draws leadoff walk, and that'll put a runner on for Molloy. Take a look at the defensive alignment for St. Thomas Aquinas College. Nicholas Gargan in left field, followed by Michael Morgan in center, Giovanni Ding Kong in right, Greg Dahlber at third, Joey Pena at short. Brandon Fisher and Joe Bolin make up the right side of the infield, with McGugan doing the catching for the lefty Sam Vincenzo. So Vincenzo now faces Kevin Podell after allowing just his 7th walk of the season, and he misses high and away, ball 1. That's now 5 balls in 6 pitches thrown, and Jonathan McGugan's going to walk out to the mound to talk with his southpaw starter. So down the lines here at Golden Lions Field in Shirley, 331 to left, 329 to right, but it's not an easy 329 because there's a monster 20-foot fence that runs from right center all the way down the right field line, with the adjoining lacrosse field right behind, and in left field the adjoining softball field. 380 in left center, 415 in right center, and a increasing 418 gap to center field. It is an expansive, cavernous field from the gaps to the power alleys. The 1-0. And Vincenzo is in a world of trouble here, falls behind 2-0. And another meeting on the mound here for St. Thomas Aquinas. Vincenzo has thrown 7 pitches so far in this contest, and 6 of them have missed, all in the exact same area, so that may be an issue of release point for Vincenzo. Maybe releasing that pitch a little too early, as it's always been high and away rather to the righties. Guzman at first is a base-stealing threat for Molloy College. 27 swiped bags on the year, leads the team. And so Vincenzo with a runner on. You got to think for Scott Muscat, this is not the start you want. Remember, last year, Anthony Morris was the most outstanding player of the conference tournament after a complete game in the conference championship. The 2-0 is low. And so Podell's got a 3-0 count here with Guzman off of first base in the bottom of the first. And time is called by Podell with Angelo Navetta on deck. Home plate umpire Phil Capizzola reminding everybody that he's controlling the tempo of the game today. So while Vincenzo and Podell were ready as the 3-0 pitch is over for a strike 3-1, the home plate umpire Capizzola was not. So he kept Vincenzo from throwing that last pitch. And now, from the stretch of the 3-1, there goes Guzman. It's low, ball 4. So another 5-pitch walk from Sam Vincenzo, who has not looked comfortable on the mound at all so far. And now he's got 2 runners on here with nobody out for a dangerous hitter in Angelo Navetta. Navetta, who, as previously mentioned, was named East Coast Conference Player of the Year yesterday. Won the regular season batting title by 35 points over Queens' Kevin Colasar. Came into yesterday hitting .385, now with a .382 average. And the first pitch he sees is right down Broadway for a strike. Navetta leads the team 3 home runs, 32 RBIs, 71 hits this season. The sophomore out of Staten Island went 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI, 2 runs scored and a walk. 0-1 pitch is a slider that misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Guzman on second. Podell on first. Nobody out. Bottom of the first inning, no score. This is an elimination game here in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. 1-1 pitch is popped up high in the air towards shallow right center field. Fisher giving a look. He's out there, and he makes the catch. Infield fly rule was called. So side even if Fisher had dropped that ball, it would have been go on the drop. But 1 out here for Elijah Leardom. Leardom came in a pinch hitting role back in the 8th inning of yesterday's game against Dowling. Had a single to load the bases. As Vincenzo here misses high and away. Ball 1. It seems like every time that a righty's in the box so far, there's 3 out of 4 batters have been righties. If Vincenzo's missing, he's missing high and away. So that release point is definitely questionable here. The 1-0. This is fouled straight back by Leardom. Off the end of the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Leardom playing in just his 32nd game. 20 hits and 55 at-bats. 1 home run, 16 RBIs. the big sophomore from Jamaica, New York, not the country. The 1-1. This is popped in the air. Into foul territory on the right field side. Giving it a look is Joe Bolin. He's under it and makes the catch. So Vincenzo's battled back nicely here in the bottom of the first after the 2 walks. And now he'll deal with Anthony Albergina, the center fielder here for the Molloy Lions. With Guzman on second, Podell on first. First pitch, high and tight to the junior Albergina. An All East Coast Conference second team honoree. Along with Guzman, Podell, and Anthony Galanudis. 1-0 curve is over on the inner half for a strike. Good movement on the off-speed pitch there by Vincenzo, 1-1. He deals. Curveball popped in the air towards left center field. Ranging over is Gargan. He's under it. And he makes the catch to retire the side. So excellent job there by Sam Vincenzo of getting through after allowing 2 walks. He strands them, getting the next 3 batters out. We played 1 inning, no score, here at the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Entering the top of the second inning, no score between top seed St. Thomas Aquinas College and third seed Molloy College in the losers bracket game here at the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament from Golden Lions Field on the campus of Dowling College in Shirley, New York. Rick Rossetto here with you on ECCSports.org, East Coast Conference Television. Happy to bring you coverage of this Friday triple header, as is scheduled, here at the ECC Baseball Tournament, the last East Coast Conference championship of the year. 4, 5, and 6 for St. Thomas Aquinas up in the top of the second against Anthony Catanella. Giovanni Ding Kong leads things off, followed by Nick Gargan and Brandon Fisher. And Catanella, first pitch fastball is over for a strike. 0-1. And Ding Kong, last year's Rookie of the Year, he went 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. 2 strikeouts and a walk. And he's way late on the fastball from Catanella there, 0-2. It's a lot of downward motion. Downhill as well as the 0-2. Got him with a pitch down low in the zone and scoots away from McCarty, but he picks it up and throws over to first to complete the out. So Ding Kong is gone on 3 straight pitches. And Catanella has his 3rd consecutive strikeout. Quickly 1 out here in the top of the second. So that brings up Nick Gargan. Gargan, another powerful hitter for the Spartans. .325 batting average with 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. The first pitch misses away, ball 1. Gargan hitting from the lefty side against the righty Catanella. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled straight back. We'll get over the screen and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike count. William Floyd Parkway, not a far distance from Golden Lions Field. as the 1-1 pitch is way outside. The slider from Catanella did not slide back. 2-ball, 1-strike count. And so any foul ball that's hit down the third base side and goes out of play, you may want to worry about where that ball's ending up. 2-1 pitch is off the end of the bat, foul straight back, 2-2. Yeah, I believe the terminology was any ball that's hit foul that's not on William Floyd Parkway needs to be brought back. If it's on the Parkway, well, it's on the Parkway. So just leave it there. Don't risk your life trying to get the ball. Catanella from the first base side of the rubber, the 2-2 home to Gargan. Fastball misses away, and it's a full count. The first 3-ball count for Anthony Catanella, with Brandon Fisher on deck for Stack. Here's the payoff. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Gargan not happy with the call, but Phil Capizzola punches him out. 4 strikeouts now for Catanella, 4 in a row for the tall sophomore. And there's 2 away in the second. Catanella needed just 13 pitches to get through that first inning. And the first pitch he throws to Fisher is high, ball 1. Brendan Fisher, a .295 hitter. 1 home run, 18 RBIs, 28 hits. 1-0 pitch is a fastball that pops in the mitt over the plate for a strike. And Thomas Aquinas came into this contest with 372 strikeouts at the plate. 1-1 backdoor slider misses inside, 2-1. And it's a team with Matt Costalos, who pitched yesterday, went 8 innings, struck out 13. As the 2-1 is fouled straight back by Fisher, 2-2. Costalos, the strikeout champion of the ECC and also the pitcher of the year, after completing a perfect record, unblemished. And here's the 2-2 from Catanella. This one fouled straight back. Good defensive swing from Brandon Fisher, keeping himself alive at the batter's box. Catanella looking for his 5th straight K. But Fisher's making it work as the 2-2 pitch is fouled in on the hands and fouled over the first base side dugout. So a 2-2 pitch upcoming. The deal. Fouled away over the press box behind home plate. So good at bat here for Brandon Fisher. Senior out of East Northport, not that far away on the north side of the island. Here's the 2-2. Backdoor slider just misses inside, and so it's a full count. So Catanella, back-to-back 3-ball, 2-strike counts, though. This one, though, the 9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming, but it won't happen now as Fisher requests time, and it's granted. Joe Boland, the hulky first baseman on deck. Should Fisher reach? Catanella's 3-2, low and away, ball 4. So Brandon Fisher is the first batter for St. Thomas Aquinas to reach base on a 9-pitch walk. And Joe Boland will now step to the batter's box. Boland playing in just his 30th game, hitting 194, 12 hits and 62 at-bats. And Jack McCarty, the sophomore catcher out of Huntington, the St. Dominic's product, will trot to the mound. Just have a quick word with Catanella here. Fisher, 6 for 8 on stolen bases this year. The Spartans, not a team known for attempting or proficiency on a base pass. There he goes, Fisher. The throw down by McCarty is in plenty of time. The tag by Hensley, he's out. And that will end the inning. So Fisher taken out on the base paths. St. Thomas Aquinas, nothing comes across of it. Through 1.5, no score. The East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what STAC has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, STAC really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
No score here as we go to the bottom half of inning number 2 at the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. Game 3 of the 3-day postseason playoffs here in the East Coast Conference. It will be Nicholas Gonchar leading things off here for Molloy against San Vincenzo. First pitch is over for a strike. To the right fielder. And the 0-1 pitch is laced up the middle for a base hit. So Gonchar takes the 0-1, hits it right back through the box. And he's got a leadoff hit here for Molloy. Up comes Brian Murphy. And Vincenzo, first pitch, Murphy squares the bunt but fouls it straight back. 0-1. This may be the one flaw in Brian Murphy's game is he fields shortstop well. And he can hit the ball pretty well too, but laying down a bunt, a bit questionable. He squares on the 0-1, gets it down. Off of one hop, Vincenzo has only one play, underhands the first. And they're in plenty of time there for the out, but Gonchar moves to second. So now that brings up Jack McCarty. First pitch from Vincenzo to McCarty is over for a strike. Gonchar leads off a second. Bottom of inning number 2, no score. The lefty, Vincenzo deals. Looped in the air, foul over the first base side, dugout out of play. And so McCarty in a hole here, 0-2. Sophomore catcher hitting .235. The pitch from Vincenzo. Curveball. Just got a piece of it to McCarty. Fouls it away towards the first base side. Dugout 0-2. It's a slow curve from Vincenzo. And McCarty little out in front, but put a defensive swing on it to keep himself alive with this at bat. Ryan Hensley on deck. Vincenzo's 0-2. This one hit in the air towards center field. Carrying well. Morgan is under it. Makes the catch. Gonchar not tagging on the play for out number 2. Up to bat now, the aforementioned Ryan Hensley, the freshman second baseman from Franklin Square, has been inserted into the starting role with the injury to Molloy's normal starting second baseman Michael Ron, as Hensley takes the first pitch from Vincenzo. It's a fastball over on the inner edge, strike one. Hensley has handled himself well, 8 hits and 22 at-bats, a .364 average. And he swings and misses strike two. The ball squirts away from McGugan. And so Gonchar able to get to third base. And we'll check the scoring. Pass ball there on the catcher McGugan. 0-2, runner on third for Molloy. 2 outs. Vincenzo looking to get out of this inning, possibly get his first strikeout. Guzman on deck. Vincenzo's 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and Hensley goes down. So Vincenzo able to strand that runner 90 feet from the plate and keep this game scoreless. We'll go to the top of the third. Third seed Molloy, nothing. Top seed St. Thomas Aquinas, nothing as well. It's the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
I'm Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world. All of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We enter the top of the third inning here in Suffolk County. Shirley, in New York to be exact. Golden Lions Field on the campus of Dowling College. Top seed St. Thomas Aquinas and third seed Molloy. And in the ECC tournament elimination game, no score through 2 innings. We're heading to the top half of the third. Rick Rossetto with you here on ECCSports.org and East Coast Conference Television, happy to provide coverage of today's scheduled tripleheader. We'll see if we get all 3 games in, hoping to do so, but at least have 1, maybe 2 games getting of this game. Anthony Catanella on the hill throws the first pitch in to Joe Boland, and he fouls it straight back, 0-1. Boland was up at the plate back in the top of the second, faced 1 pitch, swung and missed. Brandon Fisher trying to steal second. Jack McCarty able to throw him out. It's the 45th time this season that a Spartan runner has been thrown out on the base paths. A 1 pitch grounded, just foul, as that one scooted just outside the third base bag. According to third base umpire Pat Hughes, who had the best view of that one. So it's just a long second strike that scooted on the ground down that left field line, 0-2. Catanella has faced the minimum so far, 4 strikeouts. 0-2 pitch, high and inside. From the sophomore righty. 1 ball, 2 strike count now. From the extreme right side of the rubber, the 1-2 pitch, fouled straight back and off the mask of McCarty. Boland just did get a piece of that one. And home plate umpire Phil Capizzola will walk that ball out to the pitcher Catanella and kind of give McCarty a chance to collect his thoughts. Maybe be thankful that this isn't old-time hockey and he's playing with a mask on instead of not playing with a mask on, because that would be disastrous for the young sophomore. Michael Morgan on deck for St. Thomas Aquinas College. But it's all about Joe Boland here. The 1-2 from Catanella. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Tag applied. And Catanella has his 5th strikeout on the afternoon. 1 gone here in the top of the 3rd. So up now, the freshman, Michael Morgan. And this is a battle of Middle Village versus Middle Village. Holy Cross versus Archbishop Molloy. Morgan, first pitch, ground ball to first. Nevada fields on a wonky hop, but is able to step on the bag for the out. Quickly, there's 2 away. As the ball came off of Morgan's bat with a high chop towards first, then almost took a right-hand turn. Nevada was able to stay in front of it, fielded cleanly. And that's another reason why Angelo Nevada was East Coast Conference Player of the Year, because of a perfect fielding percentage through over 480 chances and putouts. 2 away here for Jonathan McGugan, and he swings to the first pitch and he's behind. 0-1. So Catanella really doing a nice job rearing that baseball. Rearing back and firing. And these stack hitters have yet to really catch up to it, as again, the heat from Catanella overpowers McGugan. Behind in the count here, 0-2. Looking for his 6th strikeout through 3 innings here is Catanella. The 0-2. Liner back up the middle. This will get down in front of Albergina for a base hit. So McGugan able to keep the inning alive, took the 0-2 heat from Catanella, was in the exact same spot, and he pops that one over the pitcher's mound and in the center field to cycle back to the top of the order here for St. Thomas Aquinas College in Joey Pena. Pena 0 for 1 in this game. He grounded out to open up the contest. He hit a chopper towards third, fielded by Kevin Podell. McGugan with a small lead off of first base. Not a real base-stealing threat. First pitch to Pena is low, ball 1, and now we're going to get a full chance to see how Catanella does with inherited runners on. Again, this is where St. Thomas Aquinas College can be dangerous. 1-0. Pena, fly ball hit towards right center field, carrying well. Gonchar's over, and he makes a good ranging catch in the gap. That one could have prevented the run from scoring. It's the 3rd out of the inning, and St. Thomas Aquinas gets a hit, but they leave the man on first base. So we played 2.5, no score here at the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what STAC has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, STAC really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
We head to the bottom half of inning number 3. No score between Molloy College and St. Thomas Aquinas College. Here in an elimination game, the winner advances to Today's 3 p.m. contest, they will face the loser of our second game between Dowling and Bridgeport. The Golden Lions and Purple Knights will play at what is scheduled to be a noontime start. We'll see how all of that plays out. As a mix of sun and clouds here today, but a very humid Friday morning in Suffolk County. Top of the order for Molloy against San Vincenzo, with Dalen Guzman taking the first pitch he sees for a strike. Guzman drew a walk back in the first inning, was stranded. The 0-1 ground ball down left field line. That's a fair ball. Will get into the corner. Guzman rounding first. He's ticketed for second. Gargan gets it in. It's a stand-up double for Dalen Guzman. And Molloy has the leadoff man on. So a good piece of hitting from Guzman. And that brings Kevin Podell to the plate. Molloy has had runners in scoring position in the first 2 innings against San Vincenzo, but he's been able to bear down and keep the Lions off the scoreboard. And the lefty, a former Potomac Valley College player, he faked that pitch and tried to throw it back toward second to keep Guzman honest, and now John McGugan finishes up his talk. First pitch from Vincenzo to Podell. This one is sliced down the right field line, foul, goes off the fence, and will stay in play, 0-1. You've got Brandon Fisher, the second baseman, playing behind the bag. And there's a wide hole for Podell if he can take one towards the right side of the infield. The 0-1 misses away from Vincenzo, ball 1. And if you've got that big of a gap, you're probably better off trying to throw a ball on the inner edge to Podell, because anything on the outer side, he can just slap the other way. The 1-1. Podell back up the middle. This is a base hit into center field. Guzman being waved around third. Here's the throw by Morgan, and it got to the mound. Guzman dives back into third base. So Guzman recognizing that Morgan's got a pretty good arm out there in center field. And he stays on the base paths here as Podell with a single. Now runners on the corners here for Molloy. Nobody out. And arguably the best hitter for the Lions, Angelo Navetta, stepping into the plate in a prime spot for the sophomore first baseman. Here's Vincenzo. He'll throw over to first base to keep Podell honest. So again, right now, no score. Bottom of the third inning. Dalen Guzman led off with a double down the left field line. Podell just reached on a single in the center. Guzman at third base now. Still nobody out. And Vincenzo again will throw over towards first. Middle infielders, Pena and Fisher at double play depth. Outfield straight away. Dahlberg well off the line at third base. First pitch to Navetta. Slider, inside corner, strike 1. So good pitch there by Vincenzo. Doesn't seem to be too afraid of the situation here, with Leardom on deck. The 0-1. Slider again. This one misses just, I believe, a hair high. And so it's a 1-1 count. Runners take their leads, and Podell scoots back to first base after Vincenzo Throws back his way, spending a lot of time on first base. Again, Podell's got speed, but so does Guzman at third. And the more you forget about Guzman, the more dangerous that could become. Here's the 1-1 to Nevada. Another slider. This is on the corner, 1-2. A steady diet of backdoor sliders from Vincenzo here to Angelo Nevada. From the stretch, though, 1-2. This is popped in the air towards center field. Morgan started back. Now he's coming on quickly. Under it, makes the catch. Guzman will not tag. And that's the first out of the inning. Good play by Michael Morgan. Again, started back. Nevada did not catch that ball well, probably off the end of the bat. And so that just records the first out here in the bottom of the third. Now up, Elijah Leardom. He fouled out to first baseman Joe Bolin back in the first inning with 2 runners on as well. So Vincenzo dodges 1. Now has to deal with at least 1 more, not 2. And he throws back towards first base to keep Podell honest once again. This is where you're saying Vincenzo, a double play ball would do you wonders. Leardom, not exactly the fastest player. 6'4", takes those long strides, though. First pitch. This one's fouled. Straight back off the end of the bat by the sophomore DH, Leardom. Vincenzo again towards first base. And has not shown any interest whatsoever in looking at Dalen Guzman at third. Not anticipating the senior will try and steal. And now the 0-1 home. Off speed, misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike count. So this inning started off with Guzman slapping an 0-1 pitch down the left field line for a double. Podell took a 1-1 offering up the middle for a base hit, but Nevada flied out to center. As another throw towards first base, and Vincenzo has maybe done that 5 or 6 times in the last 5 minutes. The 1-1. Up the middle, base hit by Leardom. This will score the first run of the game. Guzman trots home. Podell stops in second. It's an RBI single for Elijah Leardom. And Molloy takes a 1-0 lead. So now up Anthony Albergina. First pitch he takes away for ball 1. So Molloy finally scratches a run across. And Vincenzo continues to look at the runners, even though there's no coverage on any of the bases. 1-0 pitch by Albergina is fouled away over the third base side and out of play. 1-1 count. Podell on second, Leardom at first. Vincenzo's 1-1. Hit in the air towards shallow center field. Morgan takes about 10-15 steps in. He's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And with 2 outs here, Nicholas Gonchar will step to the batter's box. Gonchar is 1 for 1. Singled back in the second. Moved to second base on a sacrifice bunt by Brian Murphy. They got to third on a wild pitch, but unable to score as the first pitch here from Vincenzo is a backdoor curve that just stayed outside, did not come back. 1 ball, no strike count. Kevin Podell at second. Elijah Leardom at first base. Leardom, the difference maker so far, a 1-0 game for Molloy against St. Thomas Aquinas here in the bottom of the third. Vincenzo deals, and Gonchar's ahead in the count, now 2-0 after that pitch missed outside. No action in the St. Thomas Aquinas College bullpen. Remember, Costalos went 8 innings yesterday, and then George Navidel came in for 2. So the rest of their bullpen guys seemingly fresh as Gonchar fists one foul straight back. 2-1 count. But I'm sure that Scott Muscat would rather have Vincenzo go the full 9 here. As again, this is an elimination game. Loser goes home. Winner plays later today. The 2-1 to Gonchar. This one flied in the air towards shallow right. Coming on, Ding Kong. He's under it and makes the catch. Side retired, but Molloy picks up a run on 3 hits. They strand 2, but the Lions have a 1-0 lead going to the 4th here in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
I'm Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world. All of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
So Molloy takes a 1-0 lead into the 4th inning. And St. Thomas Aquinas College, who only played from behind in 1 inning yesterday. Remember, they took a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st inning against Bridgeport. The Spartans now trail in this elimination game with so much truly on the line. It'll be 2-3-4. As Greg Dauber leads off and he lines the first pitch towards center field. Albergina takes a step back. He's under it. Makes the catch for a quick first out here in the top of the 4th. And so Devin Del Priore will step to the plate. And Anthony Catanella surrendering just the 1 hit to Jonathan McGugan last inning. He also walked Brandon Fisher back in the 2nd. But 5 strikeouts for the lanky sophomore through the first time around the stacked batting order, and the first pitch curveball to Del Priore is over for a strike. And the fact that Catanella struck out 2, 3, 4, and 5 in Stack's batting order as the 0-1 pitch rides in too far inside and it catches Del Priore on the right arm. And so the designated hitter will trot down the first base. He'll meet with first base coach and assistant coach and ex-Molloy player John Galanudis down there just to see how that feels. It's a very important player, the junior Del Priore from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Runner on here for the ever-dangerous Giovanni Ding Kong. And the first pitch from Catanella is low and away. 1-0 pitch. Ding Kong squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a ball outside, 2-0. And so Kevin Podell now trots from his position at third base to the pitcher's mound to have a nice little chat with Mr. Catanella. When these two teams played back on Mother's Day, Ding Kong did a lot of the early damage, including a long 2-run homer over the right center field fence. And he golfs one. He can do that at any time, but he tried to catch up to the high heat from Catanella, missed that one, 2-1. Yeah, it's 390 to center field at Mitchell Field where Molloy plays their home games. 2-1 pitches high and tight, 3-1. 418 here at Golden Lions Field, so very different type of atmosphere, but the ball does fly. Del Priore off of first, the 3-1. Hits the outside corner with the fastball, and the count is full here on Giovanni Ding Kong, with Nick Gargan on deck for a stack. Top of the fourth inning, 1-0 game. From the stretch, Catanella will deal the 3-2 home. Swing and a miss. Ding Kong is down swinging. The 6th strikeout for Anthony Catanella in this contest, and he's got 2 big ones on Giovanni Ding Kong. 2 gone here in the 4th. Up will come Nick Gargan. And the lefty takes the first pitch from Catanella, and it's outside, ball 1. Gargan was sent down with the bat on his shoulder in his first at-bat, a 3-2 pitch that hit the inside edge for the 3rd strike. 1-0 pitch, squares to bunt, pulls it back, and it's low. 2-ball, no strike count here. Again, Molloy, the 3rd seed. They lost an 8-6 game to Dowling yesterday. St. Thomas Aquinas, the top seed in this tournament. And they were defeated 6-3 in 10 innings by Bridgeport. 2-0, and it's fouled onto the Parkway. And the count here, 2-1. Still in favor of Nick Gargan. Senior out of Nisconset. With Devin Del Priore on first base. Here's a 2-1. Taken low off the outer edge. So count here in favor of Gargan even further. 3-ball, 1 strike count. With Brandon Fisher on deck. The 3-1. Low and inside, ball 4. So Catanella allows the walk, and that will extend the inning here for Brandon Fisher. Fisher was the first Spartan to reach base. Did so back in inning number 2 with a walk, but he was thrown out trying to steal second base. First pitch he sees, line drive, left center field, Guzman gets over and makes the catch. Side retired. Nice defense, and it keeps Molloy ahead, 1-0, as we head to the bottom half of inning number 4 here at the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what Stack has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, Stack really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
So Anthony Catanella was able to get away from any potential harm. After hitting Devin Del Priori and walking Nick Gargan, Brandon Fisher lined the first pitch he saw to left center field, but Dalen Guzman able to make the catch. Preserved at least one run, if not two, as the clock strikes 10 here in Shirley. Bottom of the fourth inning. Third seed Molloy College leads top seed Stack 1-0. Rick Rossetto here with you on ECCSports.org, East Coast Conference Television. Happy to provide coverage of our Friday triple header. Game one, an elimination game between Molloy and St. Thomas Aquinas. First pitch from San Vincenzo to Brian Murphy. Misses high and away, ball one. 1-0 pitch, chopped towards short. Pena with a good field on three hops. Over to first, low scoop, and the ball will get away from Bolin, but not far enough. Good backing up there by the catcher McGugan, and they'll call that one an error. So Murphy's aboard. And an E6 on the throw by Pena. So that will allow the Lions to get things going here with Jack McCarty now stepping into the batter's box. The sophomore catcher. First pitch he takes from Vincenzo is low for ball one. It's the fourth straight inning that Molloy's had the leadoff man aboard. The Lions have stranded 5 so far in this game against Vincenzo, but they have a 1-0 lead to show for it, thanks to an Elijah Leardom RBI single back in the bottom half of the third. Vincenzo looks back and sends a soft toss over towards first base to keep Murphy honest. 26 stolen bases for the junior shortstop, the Suwanica High School product, Brian Murphy. The 1-0. There goes Murphy. Pitches high. McGugan's throw down to second base is not in time. So Murphy gets a good jump and is able to slide under the tag of Fisher on a nice throw by McGugan, but just not nice enough. So a 2-ball, no-strike count. On Jack McCarty. Ryan Hensley on deck for the Lions, looking to extend their lead here. The 2-0. McCarty, soft liner towards right center field. Morgan is there, and he makes the catch. One out here in the bottom half of the fourth for Hensley. As players from Dowling start to make their way to their home complex. The Bridgeport Purple Knights have already made it here. Hensley, first pitch ground ball towards third. Dauber fields, looks the runner back towards second. Throw is in time. Now Murphy takes off, and he's able to get to third base safely. So Dauber did a nice job of keeping Murphy from trying to throw, but on the throw across the diamond, Murphy went anyways, and the speed of the shortstop got there. So 2 outs, but Molloy's got a runner on third base here for Dalen Guzman. 1 for 1 today. He reached on a walk back in the first, doubled back in the third, and scored on Leardom's single. Vincenzo's first pitch way outside. McGugan does a nice job keeping that one from getting away. as Murphy ticketed for home on a wild pitcher pass ball. Here's the 1-0. Slow curve misses low, 2-0. That's how Molloy got their first run in yesterday's game against Dowling, down 1-0 in the top of the second. Nick Gonchar reached, was able to get to third base, and then scored on a wild pitch by Cody McPartland, the Dowling starter from yesterday's game. The 2-0 from Vincenzo is over on the inside corner, strike one. And Guzman steps back inside the batter's box now. Righty-lefty with the outfield straight away. Here's the pitch. Way inside, almost took out Guzman at the kneecaps, but he's able to get away from it. And he's got a 3-1 count in his favor. With Podell on deck and a 1-0 game for Molloy here in the bottom half of the fourth. Vincenzo readies. Here's the 3-1. Outside corner. 3-ball, 2-strike count. One of the things on the knocks on Dalen Guzman is that he takes a lot of pitches. You'd like to see hitters who are aggressive at the plate as he calls for time. And what you would like to see is those hitters not take those close pitches on those corners, but Guzman has had problems with that as he chops the 3-2 pitch towards third. Dauber fields. Throw to first in time. And the out recorded, the side retired. Nice third base defense by Greg Dauber. Keeps Molloy's lead at 1. We've played 4 innings. Lions 1, Spartans nothing in the East Coast Conference Baseball Championship.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what Stack has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, Stack really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Entering the top half of the 5th inning here in Shirley, New York at Golden Lions Field on the campus of Dowling College. It's Game 3 of the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament in the losers bracket as third seed Molloy College with a 1-0 lead over top seed St. Thomas Aquinas College. Rick Rosetto joining you from the press box here at Golden Lions Field on ECCSports.org and East Coast Conference Television. Happy to bring you coverage of what is scheduled to be a Friday triple header. The winners bracket game will take place at noon today between 2nd seed Dowling and 4th seed Bridgeport. As Joe Boland leads things off here for St. Thomas Aquinas College, check swing on an inside pitch, and Dennis Horn, the first base umpire, rings him up. So strike one on Boland. Anthony Catanella has been cruising along here, and the 0-1 pitch is lined over the left third baseman's glove and into left field for a base hit. Boland will try and motor towards second base. The throw will come in. It is not in time. So Joe Boland takes the 0-1 from Catanella and scorches it into left field, one hopping off the base of the wall. Leadoff double here for Boland. So Catanella, who cruised through the first 3 innings, only with just 1 hit, labored through the 4th hitting a batter, walking a batter, but able to get some good defense behind him. That time, though, Boland shot one in the left field. It's a stand-up double. As Boland on. And now Michael Morgan. The lefty against the righty Catanella, and Catanella just looks back towards Boland. Kevin Podell at third, about even with the third base bag. Angelo Navetta way in on the first base side of the grass. First pitch is outside to Morgan, ball one. Should say turf instead of grass, as majority of the fields now are that special kind of turf. The 1-0 here, swing and a miss by Morgan. And Catnella's gotten a good amount of strikes today on that swing and miss factor, which you love to see if you're Joe Fugarino, Mike Callahan. 1-1 pitch is bunted by Morgan, but fouled back to the screen. 1-2 with Jonathan McGugan on deck. Boland takes a hefty lead off of second base. He's the tying run. A 1-0 game, top of the fifth, nobody out. Catanella's 1-2. Outside with the hook. 2-2. There is a wide gap on the infield between first and second if Morgan can pull this ball through. The 2-2. Just off the outside corner, according to Phil Capizzola, the home plate umpire. So, full count on Morgan. The payoff pitch is lined foul on the third base side. Our count stays at 3-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Morgan goes down. That's now 7 strikeouts for Anthony Catanella. One away here in the fifth. Jonathan McGugan steps up. He singled back up the middle, back in the third inning with 2 outs. He's got Boland on second base here in a 1-0 game. Catanella wheels around, and Boland able to scamper back towards second base easily. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Pitch to McGugan is high and inside, ball 1. And St. Thomas Aquinas College, the 3-time defending East Coast Conference tournament champions. 35-14 record, ranked inside the top 25 towards the end of the season. 1-0 pitch misses in off the plate, 2-0. And so you got to figure that Stack will probably see themselves into the NCAA tournament. But with everything else going on in the other conferences in this region, as Catanella misses very badly with the 2-0 pitch, it's high, 3-0. And again, we'll start to take a look at the other conferences and the other games that are going on as well. As it's a 3-0 pitch upcoming here from Catanella to McGugan. It's well high. Ball 4. And that will put McGugan on a 4-pitch walk. And Mike Callahan will trot out to the mound and have a discussion And that will allow us to take a look at the other conferences in the East region. Now, for much of the year, Franklin Pierce and Southern New Hampshire from the Northeast 10 were teams 1 and 2. Well, Franklin Pierce was eliminated yesterday after they won on Tuesday against Assumption 6-0. They lost a 2-1 game to Pace and dropped a 6-4 contest to St. Rose. So Southern New Hampshire is still alive, but Franklin Pierce is eliminated, so the Ravens will probably get a bid. But St. Rose at 2-0. And you got to figure that the Golden Knights of St. Rose are trying to do something here that will be a big surprise to a lot of people. As this one hit by Joey Pena into right center field. Gonchar ranges over. Albergina cannot make the diving catch. It's off his glove. Boland being waved around third. He's going to come home. The throw will not get there in time. Pena. First pitch he sees from Catanella. And he tickets one in the right center field for a double. And this game is tied at 1 apiece. Good piece of hitting by Joey Pena. And the only question was whether or not Albergina or Gonchar were going to get there. Albergina had the best play on it, but he was not able to corral the ball into his glove. And so, St. Thomas Aquinas College, not to the game, but up at 1, and they're not done yet. Second and third here, 1 out for Greg Dauber. And Dauber takes the first pitch curve from Catanella, outside and low, ball 1. Infield is drawn in. The 1-0 to Dauber. Fastball is over for a strike. 1-1. So just finishing up that thought, Northeast 10, you have Southern New Hampshire and Pace. They're playing today, right now, and then the loser will face St. Rose as the 1-1 pitch is over for a strike with the curve 1-2. So Southern New Hampshire in a good position to win and possibly host the regional. Meanwhile, the CACC, which was Felician's conference to win, as the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's now 8 Ks for Catanella and a huge strikeout at that. 2 gone in the inning for Devin Del Priori. So Felician plays the loser of Dominican and Philadelphia. And right now the 4th-seeded Rams are up 4-1 on the 6th-seeded Chargers in the 4th inning. First pitch, Del Priori, ground ball up the middle. Murphy, good slide. He'll try to throw over to first in time. Brian Murphy from deep short makes a great play and keeps this game knotted up at 1. Stack does get a run home, but they leave 2 in scoring position. So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 1-1 game.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what Stack has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, Stack really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. the East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
Two, 3, and 4 coming up for Molloy here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 1-1 game. 3 hits for St. Thomas Aquinas College, 2 of them coming in the top of the fifth as a run came home. First pitch from San Vincenzo to Kevin Podell is outside, ball 1. It could have been more, but Devin Del Priori hit a sharp ground ball that was turned away by a nice sliding play from Brian Murphy. And that stranded McGugan at third and Pena at second after Catanella had also struck out Greg Dauber. And Vincenzo is behind now 3-0. Podell, a walk in the first, a single back in the third. And he draws a walk here in the fifth. A 4-pitch free pass from Sam Vincenzo. The third walk he's allowed, but the first since the first inning, when he had massive control issues but was able to skirt through it without giving up a run. Now, with the runner on first base, nobody out in the fifth, it's Angelo Navetta, who's 0 for 2. Against the lefty Vincenzo. First pitch plunks him in the back. So Vincenzo here has thrown 5 pitches in this inning. And he's been in a world of problems. As some stirring in the St. Thomas Aquinas College bullpen here. And there will be a conference on the mound as the entire infield will come in along with the battery. But I don't believe this will be a case to take Vincenzo out of the game. As Leardom will come to bat with 2 runners on here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And this is taking a bit longer than anticipated, so home plate umpire Phil Capizzola will break up the gang. Tell them all to get back to their places and let's play some baseball. On again, what has turned out to be a weather day that probably the worst of the last 2, because yesterday was picture perfect. Today, mix of sun and clouds, very humid out here in Shirley. Again, threats of rain coming later on in the afternoon. We'll do a quick weather recap for you. 70% humidity here in Shirley. First pitch, not thrown. The wheel play was on by St. Thomas Aquinas College, expecting maybe a bunt from Leardom, as Dauber and Boland crept in on the infield lines. Fisher and Pena motored towards first and third respectively, but left Leardom with a big hole to work with. Don't believe the bunt will be on here for Joe Fuggerino. First pitch, Leardom over the third base bag, but just foul. Leardom really wanted that one, but unable to turn that ball fair down the line. So now you have some action in the Molloy bullpen as well, but nothing too serious yet as Vincenzo deals the 0-1 pitch. It's low and away, 1-1. Might be an arm we haven't seen in a long time from Molloy and Timothy Panetta. Probably just go through the motions. But Catnell is thrown well. Vincenzo, 1-1 pitch. This is popped in the air towards left center field. Carrying pretty well, but stays up there for Morgan. He makes the catch and throws a dart into Pena to keep Podell from advancing. So one gone here in the bottom of the fifth. And that will bring up Anthony Albergina, who is 0 for 2 in this game. Podell leads off a second, Nevada off of first base. First pitch from Vincenzo is low and away, ball 1. Lefty-lefty battle here, the 1-0. And that off-speed pitch catches the plate at the knees. 1-1 here. Middle infielders, Pena, Fisher, double play depth. Here's the 1-1 to Albergina. Swing and a miss at the curveball there. Albergina behind on that one. 1-2. Pitch home. Defensive swing, and it's fouled down the left field line and will rest on top of the batting cages. So we'll do the 1-2 pitch again. Vincenzo at the ready. The 1-2 pitch well inside, almost hit Albergina, but he's able to just maneuver himself out of the way of that one. The 2-2. Curveball popped in the air, fouled on the third base side, giving him a look. Dauber, he's under it, and he makes the catch. That's the second out here in the fifth inning. So good battling back here. By San Vincenzo, but I believe that's going to be it for him because here comes Scott Muscat. And Muscat now motions to the bullpen, and so there will be a pitching change here for St. Thomas Aquinas College. We'll come back and tell you who's going to be on the bump for the Spartans in just a little bit. 1-1 game, bottom of the fifth inning with 2 outs here in Game 3 of the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
I'm Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world. All of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
The man on the mound now for St. Thomas Aquinas College is Scott Hannon. The freshman from Glendale, New York, and Archbishop Molloy product, making his 17th appearance on the year, 6-1 record. And dominant. 16 hits and 5 earned runs allowed in 32 innings pitched. 19 strikeouts and 5 walks, but the one loss that he had on the year came, oddly enough, against Molloy, as it was a 4-1 Lions win over Stack last Saturday. Up in Pomona, allowing Molloy to reach the East Coast Conference tournament. Hannon did take the loss, so he comes in here with 2 on and 2 out. First pitch he deals to Nicholas Gonchar, and that one misses low and away, ball 1. Hannon, the 5'10" righty. One-0 pitch, and the hook bends low and well outside. 2-0 on Gonchar. 1 for 2 is the senior outfielder from Staten Island for Molloy. Single back in the second, flied out in the third. Bodell on second, Nevada on first. It's a 1-1 game. Hannon sets from the stretch, the 2-0. Inside, gets away from the catcher, McGugan, and the runners will advance. So, a bit of a wild offering there from Scott Hannon. And his first 3 pitches have not exactly fared well. 3-0 now to Gonchar. Curveball just at the knees for a strike. And so it's a 3-1 count. Brian Murphy on deck, the Lions threatening. 5 straight innings they've had the leadoff man reach base. Only 1 run on 4 hits so far. The 3-1 to Gonchar. Inside and low, ball 4. And so that will load the bases. So not exactly the start to the relief outing you'd like if you're Scott Muscat from Scott Hannon. But he's got 1 out to get here in the bottom of the 5th. Force at any base, and Brian Murphy batting. First pitch. Misses low, ball 1. Scoots away from McGugan, but it's not far enough for Podell to try and score here. Podell on third. He reached on a walk. Nevada was hit by a pitch. Both of them advanced to base on a wild pitch from Hannon. And then Gonchar drew a walk. So Hannon has thrown 6 pitches, 5 balls, 1 strike. The 1-0 to Murphy. Swing and a miss on a ball that was out of the zone on the inner edge. 1 ball, 1 strike count now. Hannon deals the 1-1. Ground ball hit towards short. Painey will field, goes the short way to second for the out. Side retired. So Hannon comes in, makes things a little interesting, but he's able to get through and allow Vincenzo's account to close with just 1 run allowed. We've played 5, 1-1 game here in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what STAC has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, STAC really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
To the top half of the 6th inning here at Golden Lions Field in Shirley, New York, on the campus of Dowling College. Rick Rossetto with you on ECCSports.org and East Coast Conference Television, as it's top seed St. Thomas Aquinas College 1 and 3rd seed Molloy College 1. The Spartans with 4, 5, and 6 coming up here in the top of the 6th, led off by Giovanni Ding Kong against Anthony Catanella, who has fanned 8 batters over 5 innings so far. First pitch, Ding Kong, slow roller towards short. Murphy comes in field, throw to first, just in time to get the out. 1 pitch, 1 out, and some nice defense from Murphy on a ball hit off the end of the bat by Ding Kong. So Gargan now steps into the batter's box here in the 6th. Gargan is 0 for 1, strikeout and a walk to his account so far today. First pitch from Catanella, misses low, ball 1. One-0 pitch is grounded foul outside of first base. 1-1. To my count, that was the 80th pitch of the outing here for Catanella. As the 1-1 is a weakly grounded foul by Gargan, 1-2. Vincenzo went 4 2/3 for St. Thomas Aquinas College, allowing 1 run on 4 hits, 3 walks and a strikeout through 75 pitches, but labored through a good portion of his outing, despite giving up just the run. Gargan socks one to left center. It will get into the glove of Albertina on a diving catch in left center field. Albertina able to get that ball. And there's 2 away. Just an all-out extension layout there from Anthony Albertina. 2 gone now. Brandon Fisher will step into the batter's box, and he pops the first pitch foul over the first base side and out of play. 0-1. A 1-pitch, Catanella pops one down Broadway for strike 2. We've had great pitching performances so far as the 0-2 is grounded towards third. Podell Fields has his time to first base, and the out recorded. A 1-2-3 inning for Catanella. And the side's retired. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th after this break. 1-1 score between St. Thomas Aquinas and Molloy at the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
I'm Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world, all of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Jack McCarty will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th for Molloy against Scott Hannon. It's a 1-1 game between the Spartans and the Lions. Elimination contest here on day 2 of the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. Hannon misses inside with the first pitch to McCarty. 1-0. 2 at-bats for the sophomore catcher McCarty, 2 flyouts to center field. The 1-0. And that plunks McCarty right in the back. Nowhere to go. And so for the 6th straight inning, the leadoff man is aboard for Molloy. Ryan Hensley will step to the plate. Looking to give himself an opportunity here. With McCarty on first, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. And Hannon throws over to first base. Hensley 0 for 2, strikeout back in the 2nd and grounded to 3rd in the 4th. McCarty goes, Hensley drops down a bunt, it's a beauty. McGugan has 1 play to first base and he records the out. McCarty moves to 2nd. But a nice job by Ryan Hensley getting the bunt down. Textbook for Molloy. Runner on 2nd here, 1 out for Dalen Guzman. Molloy has left 9 runners on base so far through 5+ innings of baseball here. Strike 1 on Guzman. A 1 pitch is grounded towards short. Pena fields, he'll drill the short way to 3rd, and they get the out on the fielder's choice. McCarty taking off on contact, but Joey Pena flips the ball towards 3rd. Dahlber applies the tag, and that erases a big runner for Molloy. 2 away here. Guzman on first for Kevin Podell. Hannon steps off. First pitch here to Podell misses high, ball one on a pitch out. Hannon will again look towards first base now. As Molloy continuing the struggle. 2 for 17 now with runners in scoring position in this contest. 1-0 pitch to Podell is over for a strike. And Hannon will again check back towards first base, keeping Podell waiting at the plate and keeping Guzman, the speedy player from East Hampton. Near the bag. The 1-1. Ground ball hit towards the right side of the infield. Fisher fields, underhand flip towards second. Side retired. So, Molloy had a runner at second, thrown out on the fielder's choice, and the Lions cannot bring the run in. And so we'll go now to the 7th 1-1 game here in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what Stack Assembly helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, Stack really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
We've played 6 innings in a marketable 1 hour and 47 minutes here in Shirley, New York at Golden Lions Field. Game 3 of the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. 3rd seed in Molloy, top seeded St. Thomas Aquinas College, tied at 1. Rick Rossetto here with you on ECCSports.org and East Coast Conference Television. It'll be 7-8-9 for St. Thomas Aquinas in the 7th. Against Anthony Catanella, coming off of a 1-2-3 6th inning. Needed just 8 pitches to get through Giovanni Ding Kong, Nick Gargan, and Brandon Fisher. First pitch from Catanella to Joe Boland is over for a strike, 0-1. Boland doubled back in the 5th inning and scored on the RBI base knock by Joey Pena. That is what tied this game up at 1. Catanella's 0-1. Boland hits it in the air to deep left field. It will go over the fence. No, off the fence. Guzman on a hop keeps Boland to a long single. But that's the second time that Joe Boland has taken an 0-1 fastball from Catanella and crushed it into left field. He just missed the homer by about a good 5 or 6 feet, I'd say. But that's the 4th hit for St. Thomas Aquinas College. And so the Spartans here have the go-ahead run aboard for Michael Morgan. Squares to bunt, pitches way outside from Catanella. 1 ball, no strike count. Morgan 0 for 2 in this contest, a ground out back in the 3rd and a strikeout in the 5th. Podell in on the bag at 3rd. Squares the bunt as Morgan gets it down the first baseline. It will roll foul. Catanella did a nice job watching that ball the whole way down the line. If he picked it up in fair territory, chances are he wouldn't have been able to get Morgan, who was hustling down the first base line. So just a foul ball, 1 strike count, with Boland on first base in a 1-1 game here in the 7th. Home plate umpire Phil Capizzola taking some time, getting back behind the plate. I believe he may have had something to write down. Some stirring in the Molloy bullpen, but don't believe anything will come of it as the 1-1 pitch was low. 2-1 here on Morgan. Jonathan McGugan on deck. Top seed, St. Thomas Aquinas College, with a runner on first base, nobody out here in the top of the 7th in a 1-1 game. Catanella will throw over to first to keep Boland honest. 4 hits for both sides. Doubles by Pena and Boland. Singles by McGugan and Boland. There goes the runner, Andre Jackson. Throw down to second. Not in time. So Andre Jackson in as a pinch runner for St. Thomas Aquinas College, and the freshman utilizing his speed, getting to second base. Two ball, 2 strike count. The pitch to Morgan. Misses low, 3-2. Jackson off a second. Catanella's payoff pitch. Through the right side of the infield, base hit. Jackson being waited around third. He's trying to come home. Throw by Gonchar is cut off. And it goes off the glove of Nevada. Throw down to second base, and they will get Morgan. Jackson scores on the RBI single by Michael Morgan. But he is forced out at second. And St. Thomas Aquinas College takes a 2-1 lead. So the throw home by Gonchar, Nevada tried to cut it off. It went off of his glove as McGugan fouls the first pitch from Catanella away. 0-1. Morgan then took off for second. McCarty recovered. Threw down to second. The tag applied by Hensley. So pretty sure that'll be a 9-3-2-4. As the 0-1 is low to McGugan, 1-1. But more importantly, the RBI from Morgan gives St. Thomas Aquinas the 2-1 lead in a must-win game. The 1-1 is outside and low from Catanella, 2-1. The 2-1 is low and away, 3-1 now. And the 3-1 misses outside as well, so McGugan draws the walk. So that brings up Joey Pena with just 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And the Spartans in command of a 2-1 lead. Pena sucks one the other way, foul on the first pitch. Joey Pena 1 for 3. An RBI double back in the 5th. Grounded out the first and flied out in the 3rd. The 0-1. Slide piece misses outside. 1-1. 2 runs, 5 hits, and an error for St. Thomas Aquinas College. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Molloy. The 1-1. Slider goes over the plate. Strike 2. Winner here will play later today at 3 o'clock in another elimination game. Catanella's 1-2. Ground ball hit by Pena towards short. Murphy Fields goes to second for 1, but Hensley is able to make the play. They say out on the transfer. So a fielder's choice allows Pena to reach, as Dennis Horn didn't even have to make a call on that one. It was Pat Hughes in between second and third. And he ruled that Hensley dropped the ball on the transfer, recording the out at second first before dropping the baseball. So 2 outs, a runner on first base here for Greg Dauber, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in today's contest. And Pena dives back into first base. First pitch from Catanella to Dauber is over for a strike. Dowling and Bridgeport, their game set to begin at around 12 o'clock or 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. The 0-1 is over. And Catanella's ahead in the count here, 0-2. Righty. The pitch. Line drive, left field, will get down for a base hit. Guzman cuts it off on a hop. Pena takes a wide turnaround second, but he'll hold there as Dauber picks up the single, and St. Thomas Aquinas has 2 runners on here with 2 out. So Devin Del Priore will now make his way into the batter's box, and he pops the first pitch foul down the first base line. Nevada ranging over. He's under it. Makes the catch, side retired. But St. Thomas Aquinas gets a run across here on 3 hits. And the Spartans take a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 7th inning here in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Defensive changes for St. Thomas Aquinas College. Richard Seska now in at first base for the Spartans. As we now go to the bottom half of inning number 7. The Spartans ahead 2-1 in an elimination game here in Shirley. And for the first time all morning, Molloy will be batting from behind, but they have their power hitters 3, 4, and 5 due up with Angelo Nevada leading things off here. First pitch in Hannon. Zeroes one in on the outside edge, strike one. The freshman Hannon deals the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a ball off the outer edge by Nevada, 0-2. So 9 outs for Stack to get to stay alive here in the East Coast Conference Tournament and keep their dreams of a 4th straight crown intact. But Nevada, soft line drive, leaping grab there by the second baseman Brandon Fisher. And so Nevada's frustrating day at the plate continues. He's now 0 for 3 as he records the first out here in the bottom half of the 7th. So Elijah Leardom steps in, and he pops the first pitch in the left field. A bit of a lazy fly ball. Gargan camps underneath it and makes the catch for a quick second out. And that will bring up Anthony Albergina. First pitch to Albergina is grounded foul outside of first base. The junior center fielder from Staten Island is 0 for 3. He flied out to left center field back in the first, then popped one to center in the third, fouled out down the third base line in the 5th. Hannon's 0-1. And Albergina takes a bit high on the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The 1-1 is just a bit away. 2-1. Two ball, 1 strike count. Hannon deals. Inside corner, strike 2. As Albergina thought it was a bit too far inside, but home plate umpire Phil Capizzola rules against the junior. And here is Hannon's 2-2 offering. Liner over the shortstop's glove into left center field for a base hit. Cut off by Morgan. Albergina just held to a single. But that will keep the inning alive here for Nicholas Gonchar. Righty-righty matchup here as Gonchar takes the first pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. Gonchar with the single back in the second. Flied out in the third. Drew a walk in the 5th. Was forced out on a fielder's choice. As Hannon throws back to Albergina, keeping him honest. The first time all day that Molloy did not get the leadoff batter on as Nevada lined out to Fisher at second base to start this bottom of the 7th inning. Another toss back to first, and Albergina quickly dives back in safely. Here's the 1-0. Albergina goes. No throw. On a ball that was low and inside. McGugan was unable to get that ball out of his glove cleanly. And so that puts a runner into scoring position here. The 2-0. Backdoor curve misses. 3-0. Through the first 3 innings of this game, Molloy was 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And then through the next 3, they were 0 for 7. It's the 18th at-bat for Molloy with a runner on either second or third base. Hannon's 3-0 is low, ball 4. And so Gonchar draws a 4-pitch walk here. And this brings up Brian Murphy with 2 runners on now. See some more movement out of the stack bullpen, but Scott Muscat's going to let Hannon deal with Murphy here. And he looks Albergina back towards second. Murphy is 0 for 2. Dropped on a sacrifice bunt second, reached on an error by the shortstop Pena back in the 4th, and then bounced to a fielder's choice in the 5th. Ground ball towards third. It's outside of the line, so foul ball. Just strike 1. McCarty on deck for Molloy, down 2-1 here in the bottom half of the 7th. Elimination game of the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. Loser goes home. Winner advances to the 3 o'clock game today, weather permitting. As Hannon, again, keeping a focus on Albergina. He is the tying run at second. Gonchar the go-ahead run at first. Murphy just an insurance run, if that. Here's the 0-1. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike count here. Again, we saw George Navadel yesterday. He took the loss for St. Thomas Aquinas in that 10-inning game against Bridgeport. The 1-1 from Haddon is low, ball 2. So it'll be interesting to see who Scott Muscat will go to next, if anybody, or if he'll just keep Scott Hannon in to close out this contest. Hannon again will look back at Albergina in the second. Hannon in relief has allowed just 1 hit, but 2 walks and a hit batter. It's been an adventurous relief outing for Hannon, however, as again he'll look Albergina back towards second. The pitch to Murphy, swing and a miss on a ball out of the zone low. Murphy wanted to drive that one towards Wading River, but instead came up empty. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Albergina at second, Gonchar at first. And McGugan will now go out to chat with Hannon. 2-ball, 2-strike count. 2-1 game. Hannon deals towards third. Dauber Fields will step on the third base bag and retire the side. So Molloy's woes with runners in scoring position continue as the Lions leave 2 aboard and are now 2 for 18 with runners at second or third. We've played 7. St. Thomas Aquinas 2, Molloy 1 in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
I'm Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world, all of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what Stack has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, Stack really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
Lucas Burton will step to the mound now to try and keep this game a 2-1 contest as we play in the top half of inning number 8 here in Shirley. Rick Rosetta with you on ECCSports.org and East Coast Conference Television. As the top seed St. Thomas Aquinas College Spartans hold a 1-run edge on the third seed Molloy College Lions. Burton, first pitch to Giovanni Ding Kong, misses high, ball 1. The 1-0, Ding Kong pops this one up in the air on foul territory. McCarty gives it a look down the first base side, but it's out of play. Bounces in the stands. 1-ball, 1-strike count. Burton bounces the 1-1 to Ding Kong, 2-ball, 1 strikes. So, Burton pitched an inning yesterday. Now called on here to possibly pitch 2 here. And he misses low and away to Ding Kong, 3-1. Giovanni Ding Kong 0 for 3 in this contest. Two strikeouts and a ground out. And the sophomore lines this one just outside the foul line on the third base side. Count is full. So for Molloy in the 8th, it'll be McCarty, Hensley, and Guzman. 8-9-1. Ding Kong. It's a sky-high pop-up into shallow center field. Albergina calls everyone off, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So Ding Kong retired. He's now 0 for 4 in this game. Going to give you a recap. Molloy took a 1-0 lead in the third on an RBI single by Elijah Leardom. The Spartans, the top seed, the 3-time defending conference tournament champions, as Gargan fouls the first pitch back, 0-1. Stack got a run in the 5th on an RBI double that dropped in right center off the bat of Joey Pena. Then a run-scoring single by Michael Morgan in the 7th brought home pinch runner Andre Jackson as Gargan whiffs at the 0-1 pitch. 0-2. That's where we are. It's a 1 game. We're here in the 8th inning between Stack and Molloy. Winner advances to the 3 o'clock game. Loser goes home. Swing and a miss. Gargan is down. 3 straight pitches, and Burton has his first K. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. First pitch into Brandon Fisher from Lucas Burton. Misses low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. 1-1 count. Burton's 1-1 misses low and inside, so it's a 2-1 count here. And the 2-1 is low and away, 3-ball, 1-strike count. Richard Seska on deck. Here's Burton's 3-1. It's fouled straight back by Fisher. Full count. Fisher 0 for 2 with a walk in this contest. The payoff pitch. This one is popped in the air towards right center field. Albergina over to his left. Makes the catch. And the side retired. So Burton able to get through. 1, 2, 3. Go the Spartans in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning. It's Stack 2, Molloy 1 in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world, all of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
We go to the bottom half of inning number 8. With the score, St. Thomas Aquinas 2 and Molloy College 1. 8, 9, and 1 for the Lions, as there will be a pinch hitter up for Molloy to lead off this inning. It will be Anthony Galanudis. Who will be hitting here in place of Jack McCarty. Galanudis, the junior from Farmingdale, went 1 for 4 with an RBI yesterday. Did not get the start today because Joe Fucarino wanted more offense from his team, but only one run so far as Scott Hannon deals the first pitch. And it's outside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch is on the outer edge. 1-1. Hannon has came in the bottom of the fifth. Has handled himself well. As the 1-1 is low, 2-1. Even if it's been a bit labor intensive for the freshman, he's only surrendered one hit. Hit a batter, walked two. And this one bounces away. May have hit the umpire. Phil Capizzola is trying to just ward off the injury bug here. Three ball, one strike count on the pinch hitter, Galanudis. With Hensley on deck. The 3-1 is over for a strike. Three ball, two strike count here on Galanudis. And the pitch is high, ball four. Leadoff walk from the pinch hitter, Galanudis. So the tying run from Molloy is aboard for Ryan Hensley. Hensley drops down a bunt on the first pitch. Hannon can't field it. Hannon tried to pick it up with a bare hand, but was unable to do so. He might have thought about throwing the ball before he had it fully secured. In any event, runner now first and second. And that will bring Dalen Guzman to the plate and bring Scott Muscat out to the mound. So hold everything. A 2-1 game, but Molloy in a good spot here with two runners on and nobody out in the bottom half of the eighth inning. And Hannon's day is done. We'll get a new pitcher in. We'll tell you who it is in just a little bit. This is the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what STAC has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, STAC really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
Connecticut and the metropolitan New York area to Western New York. From Washington, D.C. to Long Island. The East Coast Conference is committed to excellence in academics, athletics, and service to the community throughout the Northeast region. The East Coast Conference, a proud member of NCAA Division II.
Chris Pinnell will be the new pitcher for St. Thomas Aquinas College. And he's going to come in a big spot here for the Spartans. As Scott Hannon departs, 2 1/3 innings pitched. He only allowed 1 hit. To this point, no runs, but the 2 that are on base will be charged to him. He did walk 3, did not strike anybody out. Through 41 pitches. So Dalen Guzman will step in now against the righty Pinnell. 2-1 game. Bottom of the 8th. No outs. And 2 runners on here. First pitch, Guzman squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, and it's high for ball 1. Dalen Guzman 1 for 3, a double, a run scored. He also walked back in the first. Loser goes home. Winner advances and stays alive. Here's the 1-0 from Pinnell. Bunted, and it's straight back foul. This inning started off with Anthony Galanudis pinch hitting, drawing a walk. And then Ryan Hensley laid down a perfect bunt up the first base line. Scott Hannon tried to make a barehanded grab, but couldn't fully get a grip of the baseball, charged with an error. That's when Scott Muscat went to Chris Pinnell. As Jonathan McGugan stepped out, called the play, made some motions to his infield. 1 ball, 1 strike count. As Pinnell stares in, gets his sign. And the sophomore wheels back towards second base. The wheel was on, but Galanudis able to dive back in safely. Galanudis takes his lead off of second. Hensley off of first. Again, Molloy has not had success today. With runners in scoring position, the ball gets away from Guzman as it was high. McGugan couldn't field it cleanly. Wild pitch from Pinnell, and that moves the runners up to second and third. Tying run 90 feet away from Molloy. 2-1 count. So the runners are up a base. Galanudis is at third. Hensley's at second. Nobody out. The 2-1 from Pinnell. Swing and a miss. Guzman tried to put a charge into that ball, but came up empty. Tying run at third. Go-ahead run at second in the bottom of the 8th. And Pinnell was about to throw the 2-2, but Guzman asked for time. It was granted by Phil Capizzola. Here's the 2-2. Misses outside. Full count on the senior. Stack will have 7, 8, 9 in the top of the 9th inning. Pinnell's 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Bases loaded. Nobody out. And Molloy will send up Kevin Podell now in a big spot. Middle infielders at double play depth. First pitch from Pinnell to Podell is over on the outer edge for a strike. High drama in the first game of this Friday of the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. Losers bracket game here between St. Thomas Aquinas and Molloy. Top-seeded Spartans. 3-time defending conference tournament champions. Up 2-1 on the third seed Lions. The 0-1. Pinnell misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike count on the junior third baseman and all East Coast Conference second team representative from Wantagh. And Scott Muscat going back out to the mound here. Well, Pinnell hasn't really hit his spots yet. And I think that's going to be it for him as well. As another pitcher has trotted out to the mound in Frankie Moscatello. That's it for Pinnell. His day is done. A quick exit. The hook from Muscat. So Moscatello will come in. Bases loaded, nobody out. It's a 2-1 game. We'll come back in just a little bit.
Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world. All of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
So Frankie Moscatello will be the fourth pitcher for St. Thomas Aquinas College, and he'll enter in a high-pressure situation for the Spartans. Bases are loaded for Molloy after a walk by Anthony Galanudis. Ryan Hensley reaching on an error by the pitcher at the time, Scott Hannon, on a sacrifice bunt attempt. Dalen Guzman draw a walk against Chris Pinnell. And now it's a 1-1 count on Kevin Podell. 2-1 game for St. Thomas Aquinas College. The pitch. Low. From Moscatello, 2-1. And again, if you're St. Thomas Aquinas College, you've got to start to wonder about that bullpen. The 2-1. Outside, ball 3. One more bad pitch. The tying run comes home. Podell set the 3-1 from Moscatello's outside, ball 4. Walked in a run. This game is tied at 2. So now the spot is all for the East Coast Conference Player of the Year, Angelo Navetta. First pitch from Moscatello is low, ball 1. It's a 2-2 game. Hensley's on third. Guzman is at second. Podell on at first. All three of the runners that are on from different pitchers. Hensley from Hannon. Guzman from Pinnell. Podell from Moscatello. The 1-0. Fly ball. Hit in the air. Deep to right field. Ding Kong settles under it. He will make the catch. Tagging is Hensley. Here's the throw home from Ding Kong. It is offline, not in time. Hensley scores the go-ahead run. Sacrifice fly by Angelo Navetta. And that puts Molloy ahead 3-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Elijah Leardom now steps to the plate. They threw back towards second base to see if Guzman might have left early there. But Pat Hughes ruled that Guzman did leave as the ball was caught in right field by Ding Kong. First pitch from Moscatello to Leardom. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So those 2 runs come home to the account of Scott Hannon. So right now he is the pitcher of record. 0-1 pitch, misses low. 1-1. Sean Klotche warming up in the bullpen for Molloy. He has become the de facto closer. And the tall lefty now in a prime spot to pick up a huge save. Runner goes. Leardom fouls the 1-1 pitch straight back, 1-2. It's Guzman at third. Podell at first. The Lions manufacturing 2 runs on 3 walks, an error, a wild pitch, and a sacrifice fly. Looking for more here with runners on the corners and 1 out. Fake to third, fake to first by Moscatello. Guzman, the runner at third, on the account of Chris Pinnell. Here's the 1-2 from Moscatello. Back up the middle, this one caught by a leaping Brandon Fisher. And that keeps this a 1-run game for the moment. It was a soft line drive hit by Leardom. Fisher able to range back, jump on one leg to make the catch, and keep this a 1-run game. Keep Guzman at third. So now Anthony Albergina steps to the plate. First pitch he sees is over for a strike on the outside corner. Runners on the corners, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Albergina tried to make a cut on that one, but couldn't get there in time. 0-2. Again, for St. Thomas Aquinas, it'll be Richard Seska, Michael Morgan, and Jonathan McGugan. The Spartans now, as Albergina takes strike 3, the Spartans now will go into the top of the 9th inning. Trailing by 1, the 3-time defending conference champions. 3 outs away from elimination from the ECC tournament. And in comes Sean Klotche for the 9th. for Molloy. We'll take a break, come right back to Shirley on East Coast Conference Television and ECCSports.org.
Martin, and I'm from Portland, Oregon.
My name is Maurice Gadsden, and I'm from Manhattan, New York.
My name is Sergey. I was born in South Korea.
Molloy is home to students from all over the United States and around the world, all of them living, learning, and growing together in the one place they all call home.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I'm at home at Molloy.
I am from China, but my home is Molloy.
You get to make a lot of different choices and become a leader, and that's what STAC has definitely helped me to do.
The environment here really helped me to develop my character, my confidence, my individuality.
I try to make my students be innovators because I try to make them think outside the box.
In classes, STAC really encourages students to work together and grow together.
There's an opportunity for everybody here.
Hope to see you soon.
Sean Klotche on in the ninth. 3 saves this season, making his 21st appearance. He's got a 3-2 lead at his disposal. And the chance here to knock out the 3-time defending champion Spartans of St. Thomas Aquinas College. Seska leads things off, followed by Michael Morgan and Jonathan McGugan. First pitch from Klotche, misses, ball 1. Seska's first at-bat of this contest. Joe Bolin started at first base, was lifted in the 7th for Andre Jackson, the pinch runner, who scored what was the go-ahead run. 1-0 pitch. And the fastball is over for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The 1-1. Taken by Seska. It's low on the inner edge, 2-1. Third seeded Molloy trying to do the unthinkable here after Bridgeport pulled off an upset in Game 1. Stack and Molloy both needing a win to stay alive here. We're in the 9th. Molloy's up 3-2. John DeAngelis is on deck for the Spartans in a pinch hitter role. 2-1 on the inside corner. Strike 2, Seska. Not a fan of that call at all. But Klotche gets the edge, evens the count at 2. Here's the pitch. Liner left field, but foul. Klotche hung an off-speed pitch out in front. And now deals the 2-2 home to Seska. Popped in the air. Foul territory. First base line. Nevada is going over for a look. It's out of play over the dugout. Two. Swing and a miss. Seska goes down on strikes. 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. And so here is John DeAngelis pinch hitting for Michael Morgan. DeAngelis came on to pinch hit for Morgan yesterday, but did not get a hit in his 1 AB. First pitch from Klotche. Looped in the air, fouled on the right field line. 0-1. Klotche's 0-1 to DeAngelis. Breaking ball over, strike 2. Now set the 0-2. Swing and a miss again. Klotche sends DeAngelis down 3 straight pitches. And St. Thomas Aquinas College is down to their final out of the East Coast Conference baseball tournament. It's Jonathan McGugan, who is 1 for 1. Has reached base 3 times, though, 2 walks and a single. Pops this one up foul. Straight back. 0-1. Third seed Molloy with a 2-run 8th inning. Bases loaded, walk to Kevin Podell. Go-ahead sacrifice fly by Angelo Navetta. And now Sean Klotche, 2 strikes away. The 0-1. Ground ball towards third, just foul. Oh, Kevin Podell wanted to come up firing, but it was just outside the edge there. 0-2. Stack down to their final strike. Klotche, the 0-2. Called strike 3. A 2-run rally in the 8th inning. And Molloy stays alive in the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. The Lions, with a 3-2 win, have eliminated St. Thomas Aquinas College from the East Coast Conference Baseball Tournament. Molloy will advance to our 3rd game. And with that, we'll take our respected half-hour break here as Dowling and Bridgeport will get set at around 12:15 for the 2nd game of the day. Molloy with a 3-2 win over St. Thomas Aquinas College here in Game 1. Come back for Game 2 right here on East Coast Conference Television and ECCSports.org.